So let's have a look at XRP, and I will start with the daily, just to say that this candle is taking on a life of its own. With New York, it's always good to look at the main thing that happened, and the main thing that happened is that the 12-hour turned. The 12-hour candle turned, and let's see if there's a reversal or not. Okay, so 12-hour turn, and there's the 5 breaking through the 20, pretty dramatically breaking through the 20. You can see the 20 EMA is taking a turn down as well. Here's the 10 coming down nice and sharply as well. It's breaking the Bollinger here. So I'm not sure how far this candle is going to go. I have an idea, and I'll show you on another chart. Let's have a look at the 4-hour. No, the 6-hour, because the 6-hour turned as well. Yeah. Again, there's the 5 breaking the 50 and the 6-hour. All brutal stuff for the down, and you can see the spill. Also the 20, the white one, is wicking through the 55 EMA on the 6-hour. Again, that's pretty substantial. Although it is seemingly at the end of a bit of a spill, so I'm not sure how much oomph, how much power we'll have. Same the 20 EMA breaking the 55 here on the 4-hour. You see when it broke it here, it gave this lift, and here it is coming back in the opposite direction. Yeah. Now it seems to be very close to the bottom of this correction. Yeah. And again, there's the 5 breaking the 100 MA, and the VWAP is still very much involved in the down. Again, another wick down. On the hour is getting tired. You can see here the hour tried a turn, didn't work, and here we are having another drop, and again here it is trying to turn again. So the turn, to me, it does look like the turn is pretty close. This is almost like the scoops. 1, 2, 3. There may be one last spike down. Just out of curiosity, let's see what see this I find interesting. See, the stock is coming up, stock RSI is coming up, but yeah, price action is coming down. Yeah. Here as well. Look, the RSI is trying to get up. Again, price action is sort of holding level. Okay, won't spend too much time on this. 15 is at the bottom. And again, the 15, you can see the 15 starting to come up. And again, looks like it wants to give it a little bit of a lift. Whether it's the bottom or not now is another thing, yeah. Okay, so let's get a little bit more specific with, where's my chart? No. This one. Okay, so you can see a moment ago, this was on the red line a moment ago. I was hoping to go live with it right on the red line channel, but listening to the last 5 minutes, it's done this drop, yeah. And you can see that long. Look at that long wick. Literally, this happened in the last few minutes. And on the 4-hour, you got, maybe this is the blow off top, and look at how quick that retraced on the 4-hour. It also is, you can see on the 4-hour, the 20 crossover to 55. But again, it may be running out of steam for the drop, and it's hitting the 618. It's hitting the 618. So if this is the bottom, then a retrace back up again. I think very simply, it looks like the 786 is back up at the top of the red channel. Here is skyline, first spike, resistance peak, then it drops, drops here. Is again the range, I'd say, for the lift would be 35, 36, 35.94, 36 to 37, 36 to 37. However, I will suggest another option, and I'm watching closely for it. is this looks like such a big spill. It really does look like a big spill, that rather than getting the full 786, this could turn into something much smaller and go to a 382 or an 05. Hit off the 55 here, get rejected, come back down for a smaller one, a smaller correction, down here, a little bounce here, and then just down. I'm super cautious about that because of how strong the spill is, and equally what the MAs look like. The MAs look like they could just go and go and go. Where are they? Back on the daily is the daily looks like it's setting itself up for something much bigger. Yeah, when you go on to the multi-day, this is just spill city, you know, and these are all changing tomorrow. So all these MAs, a lot of these daily MAs are all turning at the same time tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a turnaround and it'll lift up. We'll find out, but it does look like they're all set up for a big spill. Maybe something will change tomorrow, but it does look like that for now. Yeah. So if it is tomorrow, it could be. Sorry, I'm flicking between my charts. If it is that big spill tomorrow, the retrace could be a weaker one, and then down it comes. But we'll map that out as we go along. So now this is what I posted on Discord earlier. Is I'm in my short, or I'm in my long, excuse me, and I'm in my long, and I said it could come down to 38.86 before it bounces back up. So it's pretty close to doing that now, and you can just see there's a support line here. Yeah. Equally, I think it's a 70. I think it's a 702. I think it's a 702 on the fibs. Yeah, yeah. There's the 702. So you could get a bounce here and then the retrace up. Yeah. I will look for when it does bottom out, and I see a clear lift back up. I will look to DCA in and pull my entry point down a little bit. And again, the target's back up here. Yeah. So that's it for now. This is another chart that I posted in Discord earlier, just as a bit of a more medium term. Is you can see the spike, the capitulation, the double bottom, and then the consolidation for the lift and it broke through. Is here same, the spike, the capitulation here, drop to a double bottom. You can see the lift to the consolidation for the bigger lift. Here, again, the spike, the capitulation, the drop. I'm not sure whether it's a double bottom. It lifted to that capitulation space, but this time failed, came back down. Or maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's just doing a deeper drop. It'll turn around tomorrow and head up. It might do that. Market makers might just decide, we're just playing with the ranges. We're still going up anyway. So we'll find out tomorrow. But we may just get a lift back to the purple line here. You get a rejection off it. And if we do, it looks like we're heading to 22.58, possibly a little stop around 26, a little bit of a retrace, and then a drop to 22.50 or so, 21, yeah? Bouncing off this line, and then we get our double bottom, we get our consolidation here, and then the lift back up to 60 or something, so yeah. So we'll see. If we break through these lines, and then I think we're heading up to a 43, consolidate there again, and then we get a nice pump up to somewhere around the 60s. So that's what I'm looking at. This is the play. Either one of those plays are going to happen over the next, I'd say 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah. Okay, so back to my final analysis. Where is it? Here we go. I'll do it on this. If you're looking for a long entry, is 31.86. Is watch for a reversal here. When you see the reversal, the target looks to be around 36.5. Yeah, just be careful around around the 34.5 mark that it doesn't turn around and head back down. Yeah? Is if you're looking to put a stop loss in, is I would suggest, show you now, you're looking to put a stop loss in, just putting the fibs back on it again. Yeah? If you wanted to put a stop loss in and really give yourself a good bit of space, is there's the 786. Put it a little bit below. If you put your stop loss at 30 or so, is you're well out of the range of breaking through the 786 and pushing a bit more. Yeah, it might go that far, but I doubt it. You know, there you go. And then I think for the rest of the day, once this bottoms out, is we have a long situation, and that'll probably go on for today and tomorrow. And that's it for now. I'll hand you over to Mahela.
Hi guys, welcome to New York. Let's change the screen. Which of them is mine? I don't know which one is mine. This one. Okay. Let's see. Now I hope you're all seeing my screen. This is XRP, but we're gonna change to Bitcoin. I'm gonna start with the MAs on the 15-minute. And we've had a lot of spikiness, a lot of back and forth within a tight range. The 20,200 and the 19,800 was the range it was moving in. At the start of New York, we had what I think was a stop loss hunt. It wasn't a lower low, it was a higher low. And then it bounced up as quickly as it had dropped. So I see this as actually a nice reversal situation. So we've got.
Mahela, are you sharing your screen?
I am sharing my screen, Neil, but I have my doubts about that because I'm on voice computer. Let me just check.
I'll see a screen.
You can see my
I
screen.
need to just be then. I'll disconnect and reconnect.
Let me just do that again. I don't know what this is. Okay. I thought I was sharing my screen and then I didn't. Okay, so this is my browser. And there we go. Just let me just disconnect. Search. I think this is it. Okay, now let me see if I know you guys are seeing the Discord at the moment. If I change to this, can you see my Bitcoin MA chart?
I can see Discord
Oh.
in the recordings channel.
Let me. I don't know what's. Okay, I'm back.
I don't see
There we
anything
go.
yet.
Yes. Would you believe that I'm the technical engineer between the two of us? There we go.
We're back.
We are back, and we're seeing the MAs for Bitcoin, and we're seeing what I believe is to be this railway track situation in candles. So to me, pushing it down at the start of a session and then pulling it back up almost to the same level is a sign of reversal. If I were to see this reverse head and shoulders at the top, if in the other way around, so a lower high rather than a higher low, I would say we're coming down. But as I see it now, I would say we're going up. And this tested, so all of the price action that happened this morning pulled down the 50 on the 15-minute, and right now we are testing it. And the 5 MA is coming up for support, and I'd love to see that holding. I don't believe that we have, we haven't reached the 20 on the 1 hour yet, but we're holding the 5 and we're holding the 10. So you see, when price, I'm really happy I get to speak about it, to mention it. Price holds within a low range and it pulls down the MA. So it's like pulling down the MAs that are dynamic, sort of like dynamic trend lines. So it makes it easier for candles to break above them and switch them from resistance into support. For instance, the 5 and the 10 here, the 10 especially was resistance, and was pulled down until the 5 could get above it, and now it's the support on the 1 hour. I would love to see the 20 hold on the 1 hour, and if the 50 holds on the 1 hour, again, I'm looking to DCA into my long. So it would be a nice sign of recovery. It would be nice to see it if you're in longs. Now, in terms of structure, I was playing with a divergence line for lack of anything better to do for about a couple of hours this morning. I put this divergence line just to see how it was working with the trend lines. So it's using it as support at the moment, and it's trying to break through this yellow line, which is the midline of a 1 hour channel that it's moving in. So the main 1 hour channel that Bitcoin has been moving in, now the midline is being tested. I would love to see the midline holding and switched into support. I would love to see that. That would be a first step before getting to the 50 on the 1 hour. Switching above the midline would be great to see. I'm happy that we're seeing the white line being held, and again, I could be a little bit pretentious now and move this white line slightly lower because the local support is a little bit here, but I won't do it. I'll leave it. You know what, I'll meet it halfway, somewhere around here, because it hasn't really broken that. So the local movement in price action hasn't really broken that. So that's where we are. I would love to see the midline holding. It came down very close to the 0.5 retracement to the 19,809. My previous short target was 19,800, but I thought we wouldn't get there. We did get there, so I'm happy to see that met. Now, talking about the downward scenario, let's think this doesn't hold. Let's think that we can't hold the midline. Let's see the other side of this as well. If that doesn't hold, then we're coming down to test again the 19,000. That might happen. So we are on and around the middle part of a descending channel for Bitcoin, slightly descending, more sideways, but slightly descending. So we could see a rush to the bottom line before heading up. That's why I'm very careful with DCAing, and I only started a position with 40% of what I would normally put in a full position. So I am very cautious because it is the middle of the middle. I don't want to miss the move, and my indicators are saying it's good to go, but I want to see it properly head upwards before putting in the rest of my position. Ethereum has a slightly different situation on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we are in a less strong position because we are not above the 10. We've made a much higher low than Bitcoin. It didn't go down so low as the left shoulder. If this were a reverse head and shoulders, it didn't go that low. And it seems now to get above the 10, but the 5 hasn't crossed the 10 yet. So I'd love to see that first step, and I'd love to see this start to slowly move upwards. From the channels and the trend line perspective, I put again for because I was looking for trend lines and channels this morning. I put in I noticed that this swing was actually a beautiful descending channel, and it hit once, twice, 3 times to the high, once, twice, 3 times. I'll consider this 3 times to the low, so it would be ready for a break upwards. I think the target of this channel, if when it breaks upwards, let me just measure it. I think the target would take us to 12.15, but I'd say even more so. I think it'll take us, if it gets above the 11.50, it will get a little bit of wind beneath its sails and head upwards towards the 12.50 range. There are some bullish divergences on Bitcoin on the 1 hour, and I can see them on Ethereum as well. So we've had, for instance, these, I'll mark them here. So we had 1, 2, 3 drops to the low here, and in the RSI, we've actually got this one here. It comes low, but then this is slightly higher than the previous one. So it's a rounded bottom in terms of momentum as well. Momentum is scooping up, which is great to see because it's what we saw. So it's the same thing on the way up as well. So we saw this rounded top in the RSI. We can see a rounded bottom. We saw a rounded top in the RSI that took us down to an RSI reset. This rounded bottom will probably take us to a reset to the high. It might take some time if we keep doing this sideways, because this took about 4 days. So I hope it doesn't take 4 days to take us to 12.50, or possibly, I would imagine maybe 2 days till 12.50, and maybe, what day are we now? Wednesday, maybe next week, Tuesday, the 1500, or maybe at the weekend. I'm not so sure as to the timeline, but I hope it doesn't take 4 days to do this. Now, we must be careful because there might be, again, the situation is very volatile. So here is where the RSI had the rounded top, which is great. But then we had the bearish divergence. The bearish divergence happened with this bottom. So for both my Bitcoin and XRP longs, I would have a lower low DCA prepared, just to make sure, again, I use it for my position. I don't expect it to move like this happened on the 24th, this happened on the 26th, well, 2 days. Yeah, So we need to be really mindful of this. You know, a possible spike to the low and then back into the range and continuing the direction upwards in that case. So again, I'd be mindful of that. Yeah, unless again we, you know, there's major support being lost that was gained before, because in 2 days we are supposed to gain some support on the 4 hour. So the 10 at the moment is rejecting price action. I'd like again to see this going up rather than down. But anyways, it's to me it's a again, Ethereum is a level by level range trading situation. For Bitcoin, it's the same in terms of levels, but it seems to be moving a little bit faster than Ethereum in terms of support. So that's where New York and London have been today. I'll keep you posted if I see any particular movement during the day. And I'll see you tomorrow for London. Have a brilliant day.